May all beings be safe, healthy, and peaceful. Welcome to Unlock Mission Ventura Buddhist Study Center yoga class. Let us sit down in our usually we do the sitting like this, just sitting in between our feet, which is called Virasana or Hero's Pose. Whoever is unable to sit like this, just use a block or maybe a blanket or maybe a pillow that you can sit, just keep comfortably. Please remember that when we do yoga, be respectful for yourself, your body, and everyone. And also, this is a difficult time, but in the difficult time, when we practice this yoga, that will bring ourselves into our body and mind to keep both together. Then that mindful development of that relationship will help us to handle many things during the time of this special time of our life now, because this is not a very normal, usual way of life. We are getting ready for something different. Now we are somewhat used to it, and thank you for joining. And let us sit in that Virasana or Hero's Pose. Keep your back tall but relaxed, and hands up on your thighs, and close your eyes. Listen to your breath and take a deep, long breath. Breathing out. And then next breath, notice where the breath goes. That means when you breathe in, what are the places, what are the areas in our body is affected positively with that breath. Just take that breath through anywhere that is any uneasiness is felt. And slowly bring yourself to the mat with the breath that you have been developing this great connection. And slowly open your eyes, look down at your hands, and just reflect on the things that you have done last time that you did yoga, and since last time that you have done yoga, and offer everything up to the world as a blessing, and then clasp the fingers and open the palms to the front, stretch to the front, and then take the shoulders back to the cups, and then take the hands up, breathe in, breathe out, stretch, and slowly release hands while breathing out, and touch the floor, and take a different finger first and do the same again. Breathe in, breathe out, stretch, breathe in, and then breathe out, release. One more time. Clasp the fingers, again, open palms to the front, take the hands up, palms to the sky, look to the front, and release. Then take your right hand to the left thigh and to the left side, just by the knee, and take a breath, and then breathe in, breathe out, turn, 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 turn. And just look over your shoulder and back, and come back to the center while breathing in, and then the right hand to the left knee, and then turn and come to the center, and then slowly release the legs and keep the fingertips pressed on the floor. Your toes turn towards yourself. Just keep the feel, the back of the knees go touching the floor, and then press the palms to the floor and sit in proper Dandasana, staff pose. And slowly relax, release, and take each foot towards the groin, and take the hands on the back and just take the knees together, and then just bring the knees down to the floor. And hold on to the ankles, and then keep the back straight. Push the thighs with your elbows, and then if you can, bring closer to your feet, your heels towards your groin. Hold on to the front of the feet and push down the knees, and keep the chin level and look to the front. And slowly take the knees together and stretch the legs, and press the palms on the back and push forward. Then just look at your each leg. Keep the toes towards yourself, and take the hands up. Then hands down. Right hand on the front, left hand on the back. Turn to your left, and come back to the center, and then the switch to the other side. And come back to the center, breathe in, and this time take your left hand in the back, the right hand to the right thigh, and then take down the hand. Always take a breath and keep both feet engaged, the toes towards yourself, and breathe in, breathe out. Just move forward, slide hand down, and take another breath. Breathing in, breathing out. This one, even a little slight distance further, and then also go to the third one. Breathing in, breathing out. Then wherever you are, be with that place, and then hold on to that posture and turn your head if you can. Look over the left shoulder, and then release slowly and come back to the center. Then the other side. And the hand on the thigh, and slide down, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. And the third one, breathing in, breathing out. And turn your head and look over your right shoulder. And release, come back. Now let us go into doing let's just bend your knees and just keep, if you have a belt, please get a belt. It can be a necktie or whatever that can be used, maybe the long shawl or something. And also we can use a block if you need. And just lay down and then keep the feet on the floor, and take the hands stretched out to the floor, and then just take both knees to your right and to your left, and then just come back to the center. Again, take the knees towards your chest, and if you can, hold on to just clasp the fingers around the shins, or just hold, and just take knees, breathe out, knees towards the chest, breathe in, just away from the chest, 2-3 times, and place the knees, place the feet on the floor. And take your, just your right knee towards the chest, and then straighten the left leg. Keep the toes towards yourself, both, flex both feet. And release, and keep the right foot on the floor, take the left knee in, and then stretch the right foot. And 2 more times for each side. And then again take the feet to the floor, and this time use your belt, and just take the belt just towards the heel of the right foot, and just straighten the leg to the ceiling, and just hold on to each side of the belt with each hand. And then lift your head, lift your chest, and just shorten your belt. Just and hold a little higher. Then take the head back down. And then slowly just scrape your heel to the ground, taking your whole leg stretched to the floor. And hold on to the belt with both hands, and then just just hold with your one hand, that is your right hand, and take your left hand, stretch outside to the left on the floor, and slowly take the right leg down. And turn your head and look at your left hand. And bring up the leg up, and then release. And again, keep the both feet on the floor, and then do the same to the other side. Take your left leg up, and then lift your head, chest, and then shorten the belt. And hold on to the belt with each hand, and then slowly scrape your heel, right heel to the floor, and hold on to the both sides of the belt with your left hand, and then take the right hand out to the floor, and slowly take the left leg down to the left. And turn your head and look at your right hand. And slowly come back, lift the leg, release the leg. And then keep the feet on the floor and keep the knees touching each other. Walk your feet, right foot to the right edge and left foot to the left edge of the mat. And just take knees down to your right and to the left, and then keep the knees touching each other, and then slowly take your knees down to the right and lift your right foot, and then place it outside the left knee. And then take your left hand over your head to the floor. If you can, put the palm down or just stretch the hand. And right hand take to the upper thigh, inner thigh, and just hold. And release. Again, both knees touching, and then take the both knees to your left. Then take the left foot on the outside of the right knee, and take the right hand over your head and left hand to the upper inner thigh. Then just turn to your right and then sit down. This is the time to that we should do the just sleeping hero pose, but we will just take our each leg straightened, just right leg straighten, and then push the toes to the floor and straighten the left leg, and then do the right leg, and again you are on both, all four. It's knees and palms, and then start keeping the toes on the floor. Start breathing out and lift the trunk, head down, and top of the feet on the floor. Start taking your seat bones higher, trunk down, open inner elbows to the front, head up. Now don't forget to breathe in and start breathing out 2 times each. And toes pressed on the floor, breathing out. Take the belly button in, head down, inner elbows seeing each other. Again, top of the feet on the floor, seat bones going higher, breathing in, trunk down, open inner elbows to the front, head up. Again, start toes on the floor, breathing in, taking the belly button in, head down, inner elbows facing each other, down, top of the feet on the floor, seat bones going higher, trunk down, inner elbows opening to the front, head up. And then relax and take your right hand and start underneath the left armpit slowly. Maybe you can keep your elbow on the floor. If you are more flexible, bend the other elbow and just take your right shoulder, right side of the head to the floor and lift the left hand up. And take the left hand down, press on the floor, slowly come back, and then take the left hand. Again, depending on your flexibility, maybe another day you are more flexible, but today not. Just respect your body that you stay there. But if you can, just go forward, move forward. And then just be aware of what are the sections of your body on the floor. Top of the feet, the left shoulder, left hand, and head, the left side, and right hand up. And slowly come back, and then let us take the, just keep the feet away and sit down, and just come back to your knees and hands. keep the feet, inner feet touching each other. Just sit down on your heels and take the hands stretch to the front. And again, you then come back to your knees. Then open your knees, each knee on each side of the mat, and feet together. Now just sit down and then stretch the hands to the front, maybe your forehead or chin or your chest on the floor. And slowly come back. Now we are going to do another set of yoga exercises. We call them 5 Tibetan. And let us do that 5 Tibetan. It's just to explain to you that be gentle always. And always remember that you should listen to your medical advice when you do these things. Then when we stand up, and then what we do is that the first one is that stretching the hands and turning the head towards your right hand, and you just actually spin, but in the slow manner. Let us do 5, since it is called 5 Tibetan, but we are doing 5 exercises. And just I usually do when I am used to get this, then I add 2 more always. Just add by 2 always. Let us start with 5. But when you practice by yourself, you can add more. Today we are doing 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if you feel dizzy, just keep your palms together and just keep your focus of attention at your fingertips for few seconds until you just get rid of that kind of all this spinning feeling and revolving feeling. And when you are okay, slowly go back to the next one. We are going to just turn this mat in this diagonal position. But I just want to tell you that first sit down, and then just lay down. But I will tell you first what we really do. Keep our hands, palms rest on the floor. While breathing in, we lift our legs at the same time, lift our head and the chest up. Start breathing in and lift, and breathing out, keep down. If you have any health issues with your back issues or anything, don't try to do the full version. Instead, you can always try to do. Maybe it is easier version, maybe hold on to the back of your thighs and then lift and keep the feet on the floor. Or maybe you can lift your chest and then keep the head back, keeping the knees down. The knees up but feet down. And then, well, let us do that 5. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then after 5, we come back to the next one. It is for padding. If you have knee issues, just say that let's fold your mat, and then this is to just hold. You can keep the toes pressed on the floor for balance, or you can keep your top of the feet on the floor and keep little bit space just to be steady in your posture. Hands just back of the thighs. This is not a back bending, just bending, taking hands down. This is just to open your chest and head back. It is just, let us do that 5. It's just the demonstration is like breathing in and breathing out. So let us do that 5. Breathing in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here now now already we have done 3. Then the 4th one. 4th one, we just sit. If again depending on your physical limitations, the full version of this is just press the palms and just taking the feet down to the floor while bending your knees and lifting your trunk. It is more like making into a table like position the body. So again start breathing in, and then you look back here, back off. I take the head back, then come back. If it is too challenging, whatever it is challenging, maybe you can, if you only can lift little bit, it is okay too. We have to begin somewhere and then take our journey. Without one step, we will never, without our first step, we will never go our journey. So if it is more difficult, then just hold like this, and then maybe do something like this little bit. It's okay too. So just sit there if it is too challenging. So this, or let us do then the 4th version, again 5. Let me count it backward. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's then the fourth Tibetan. Now this is the fifth one is more like those who are familiar with regular yoga. It is downward dog or Adho Mukha Svanasana and forward dog. But the difference is the breath. When we go to downward dog, we breathe in, and when we go for forward dog, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, then that is breathing out. So let us do that. Many of you are familiar with the downward dog. Well, slowly breathe in and take the seat bones higher, and then breathe out, go to the forward. Now, let us do our 5. Breathing in, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then take the seat bones higher, stay in the same position for a few seconds. And then slowly take your head towards the front of the mat, going to like keeping your body like a plank, and then take the knees to the floor, open your knees, taking the knees, each knee to each side of the mat, and sit down and relax. And slowly come back, and let me turn the mat again to the other side, and then let us go on for the all 4 knees, and then let's just lay down on the tummy, stomach, and then turn your head to your left, relax, turn your head to your right, relax, and keep the chin on the mat, and take the hands, palms to the mat. Just bend your elbows and to the front of the mat, and then lift your chest, lift your head, and then relax, and then again take the chest, lift the head, and take your left hand towards the chest, the left hand to then right hand to the left hand to the right, and then just walk each hand to the sides. And just relax, just stay there, listen to your breath. If it is fast, just let it go slow and to the regular rhythm. And then slowly take the hands back, stretch the hands to the front, and then take your right hand in, left hand out, and stretch the hands. And slowly come back, and when you take the right hand to take the left hand to the right elbow, and just bend the right leg and hold on to the toes with the heel of the palm and push down. And release, and do the next foot too. And release, and take the both hands stretched, legs stretched, and take the head down, and this time breathe in, lift the right hand and left leg and also the head. And release, and opposite, left hand, head and right leg. Next time is a very good exercise these days to keep our breath holding, and just start with breathing in. This time both hands and both legs we lift. We do 3 times this. And please relax. 2 more times. Please take the hands to the sides, turn your head to the side and relax. And when you are ready, just come on to your hands and knees, and let us take the right hand stretch to the front, left leg stretch back. And place both and switch. And place back and keep the toes pressed on the floor, palms pressed on the floor, and lift the knees, lift the seat bones higher. And start now. This is different from the 5 Tibetan. We breathe out and keep the downward dog. First downward dog, the Svanasana, and start breathing in, start lifting your heels, and then take the head towards the front of the mat, a plank, and then again breathing out, go back to the downward dog, keeping the seat bone side, head down, shoulder blades spread, and the next time we go, start breathing in, plank, and then take the chest in between the hands and look to the front. And breathe out, downward dog. Now let us start walking to the front of the mat. Take small steps. And start breathing in, coming up, straighten the body. Keep the head down. And stand up, open the chest. Keep the inner big toes, inner heels touching, inner knees, and then the inner thighs, the buttocks, muscles touching, pressed, and keep the hands hanging, and open chest, look to the front. The mountain pose, Tadasana, and relax. Just keep slight distance between your feet, and take the palms to the chest. We are slowly going into the Surya Namaskar, that is called sun salutation, and then from there we will do a couple of standing poses. Start breathing in, hands up. If your elbows are bending when you stretch the hands up, if it is like this, just keep the hands parallel. And then back bend, straighten the body, open palms, breathing out, forward bend. If you cannot touch the floor, bend the knees, it's okay. And just head up, and then take your right foot back, and then just keep the back leg engaged. If you are a beginner, it's okay to keep the knees more closer, but if you have been doing it, just take the knee to the back. It is more like a straight line from knee to knee. And look up. Back toes pressed on the floor. Lift the back knee. Take the front foot to the back. Plank. Knees, chest, chin down. Keep the elbows just attached to your rib cage, and Keep the seat bones a little higher, just in between your hands. And then slowly straighten the body. And then breathe in. Lift the chest, lift the head. And start breathing out. Then toes on the floor, lift the seat bones higher. And then slowly take your right foot to the front of the mat. And left foot to the front of the mat. Open palms, start breathing in. Take the hands up, the body straight, and back bend. Straighten the body. Arms together, arms to chest, hands to chest. And the other side, start breathing in, hands up, back bend, straighten the body, open palms, forward bend, bend your knees. Take your left foot to the back of the mat, your knee, top of the back knee, top of the back foot on the floor. The same things. Just do everything, please do to the best of your ability. Don't go towards pain. It's not, you are not trying to imitate, just do your yoga with your body. And back toes pressed on the floor, back knee up, front foot to the back, plank, knees, chest, chin down, breathe out completely, straighten the body, lift the chest, lift the head, toes pressed on the floor. Again, take the seat bones higher, downward dog, breathe out completely, shoulder blades spread. And take the left foot to the front of the mat. And right foot to the front of the mat. Open palms, come back, straighten the body. Hands up, breathing in, back bend, straighten the body, start breathing out, palms together, palms to chest. Just two more little additions probably we will do, just to do the regular class. That then start breathing in. Back bend, open palms, forward bend, right foot to the back, and lift the head, lift the chest, and lift the upper body. Just see how your balance is. If it is okay, just take the hands up. If the hands are straight, not bending from your elbows, just press the palms together. Look up and take the hands, spread, and hands to the floor, back toes pressed, back knee up, front foot to the back, plank, knees, chest, chin down. Breathe out completely, straighten the body, lift the upper body, head, toes pressed on the floor, lift the seat bones higher, downward dog, right foot to the front of the mat, lift the upper body, take the hands up, hands down, Back foot to the front of the mat. Open palms. Come back. Back bend. Straighten the body. Palms together. Hands to chest. The other side. Start breathing in. Hands up. Back bend. Straighten the body. Open palms. Forward bend. Left foot to the back. You are steady. And lift the upper body. Hands up. Hands down. Like knee up, toes pressed. Front foot to the back. Plank. Knees. Chest. Chin down. Breathe out completely. Straighten the body. Lift the upper body. Head up. Toes pressed. Downward dog. Seat bones higher. Left foot to the front of the mat. Lift the upper body. Hands up. Hands down. Back foot to the front of the mat. Come back. Open hands. Back bend. Straighten the body. Palms together. Hands to chest. Standing in Tadasana, mountain pose, relaxing pose. Keep the hands to your hips, and then take your left foot to the back of the mat. Stretch the hands. Just slowly bend the front knee. If it is please remember, don't push front knee over the front ankle. Just do the adjustment. If you can slowly, you can just bend the knee and go to the pose. It is called Virabhadrasana, warrior pose 2. And then slowly straighten the knee, take the hands down and walk to the front. And we go into the other side. Right foot back, left foot on the front. Stretch the hands, bend the front knee. And straighten the knee, front knee, and hands down, up to the front. Let us do the same pose using a prop. It is not a very, it is not very fancy one. We are using this chair, and just use the chair. Just take the leg over the chair. That if it is too challenging to do the pose, you can do it just using the chair. And maybe you start just stay like this, or slowly straighten it. And okay, the same here. Then we slowly switch to the other side. And slowly come back. Just that is another variation that we can do with this. The same Virabhadrasana 2. And then let us go into the what we call standing triangle pose. It's also just keep your right foot on the floor. Oh, okay, just sorry. Take this prop. Maybe you can you always use solid the block like this. If you can find maybe a piece of wood would be also okay, or maybe a harder object like that, just to support you. It's, just keep just by your side, and then take your left foot back and straight the hands as we did earlier before doing the Virabhadrasana 2, or the warrior pose 2. This time we don't bend the knee. We just stand and just pay attention to your pose, standing. Just keep your back foot slightly toes turning towards the front. It's more like heel to heel. Each heel is seeing the other. Then then slowly just take our hand to the front and just lean forward, and slowly take the right hand down either to the block, and then take the left hand up. Then turn. If your balance is okay, please remember that kneecaps you can push up. That way you are more steady and firm. And when you are completely comfortable, when you are in control, then turn your head and look at your left thumb. If it is too easy, you can go down too, like this. Go to the shin, go to the floor. Okay, let us come back slowly, and hands down, walk to the front. And our friend block is on the other side, and take the right foot back, and leaning forward, take the hand to the block, the other hand up, and turn the head and look at the right thumb. You can use the block as well as go to the shin or to the floor. And slowly come back, and hands down, walk to the front. Let us take the palms to to the hands together to the chest, and then just bend the knees, just touch the floor with the fingertips, and keep in the seating pose, this chair pose, Katasana. Just keep the hands parallel, it's okay, and hands together, and slowly straighten the hands. It is another balancing pose, and let us slowly sit down, and then let us do just sitting, one or two sitting poses, and then we go towards the end of the class, and then bend your knees, take your right hand underneath the right leg, and take the left foot to the right and right foot to the left. Just hold on to the lower knee with the right hand, turn to the left, and also release the right hand, take the left elbow, just right hand on the back, just turn to the right, and release the hands, keep both palms one over the other underneath the lower knee, straighten the back, straighten hands, start breathing in, breathing out, bend your elbows, forward bend. Just looking over a precipice, right? So, and take the hands up. Then you take your right hand down, turn back, and then take the right hand, walk on the back, and drop the left hand. If it is too challenging to hold onto the hands, what you can do is use the prop belt, and then using the belt we can take it's like this, and then hold on to the belt, and just whether it is belt or you hold in the hands, just straight the upper body, just look to the front. And release, and take the left hand over to right shoulder, right hand underneath the left, and this is okay to do as self-hug, and you cannot hug anyone else these days, right? So just this way you can wrap forearms, or don't try to push too hard to bring you the pain. Uneasiness is okay, just hold on. And slowly release, and release the legs, release the hands, and just sit in this staff pose, keeping the toes towards yourself, and then maybe go to the next side and take the left hand underneath the left leg, and take the right foot towards the left, and left leg to the right, and then hold on to the lower knee or just above the knee, using the right hand. Just turn to the right. And release. Then take the right elbow and push your left back and turn your head to the right. And slowly release. And again, palms one over the other. And underneath the lower knee, straighten the back. Just take the hands straight and then breathe out. Forward bend the elbows. And release. And then take the hands up. This time, left hand facing left palm facing the back, and then drop the right hand. Either use the belt or just walk just hold the hands with each. And release. Again, the right hand to the left shoulder, the hug, and wrap the forearms. And release the hands, release the legs. And just to show you how you hold this, the back, the belt, it's where you are using, maybe you can, we can take the belt and then slowly start walking. Maybe start today, first time like this, and then slowly you can just shorten the distance, and when you practice you can even move further than I am. Okay, so the other side also the same. Thank you. Now, just let us take one block, and now we are going towards, let's just lay the upper body on the floor and keep the feet on the floor, and then take your block and just keep it closer, and just lift one side of the body, and then take the left side, and then take the left hand in, and then right hand in, and then lift the palms on the floor, lift the upper body. Lift the body, and keeping the upper left shoulders on the floor, head on the floor. And face it back, This time lift the body up, take the hands together and clasp the fingers, and if you can just hold on there. And release. Slowly place your body on the floor. This time we take the block and slide it. Whatever the height that you like, just take the lowest notch and maybe a little higher. If you are used to it, you can do higher too. And slowly lift the body 3 times and place back. And after the 3rd time, you can take the block back out and just don't go right away fast. Just slowly place the body on the floor. And then take both knees towards the chest and hold on to the shins. Maybe you can hold on to the shin, the hands, or maybe grab. And slowly place the both feet to the floor. And now let us just slowly scrape with conscious mind, take scrape the right heel towards the front of the mat, and then straighten, and then relax. Just let the foot, the small toe side towards the floor, and then the other. Just completely relax, don't tighten any muscle, and then take the hands, the back of the hands to the floor. Keep the body relaxed. Just start thinking about, just pay attention to the toes and toe joints and ankle joints, knee joints. Just go up each joint in the body. Just back and forth. Just take the breath through anywhere in the joints. If there is anything that you feel something different than before you started the class. Just when you go to the neck and go to the crown, and then come back, just thinking about each joint, giving the great love that we create, that you have been creating the whole time. slowly open your eyes. Just slowly move your toes, fingers, and when you are ready, bend your knees. Keep your feet on the floor, turn to your right, and just relax. Take one more breath, and then slowly sit down into your comfortable cross-legged position. And you don't have to do anything very specific. You don't have to do lotus pose. We just sit. Then in the comfortable pose, if you cannot sit just cross-legged, use a block and sit down on the block. And then think about the great love that you created towards yourself and to the rest of the world. And arms together. We end this session with 3 Oms, taking a deep breath, breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the mouth while doing the sound Om. But with that Om, we send the great love to the rest of the world, including yourself. Especially this time that we want to think about all who are suffering, all who are in fear, all who are in sorrow. With this great thought, may all beings be safe, healthy, and peaceful. Let us do these 3 Oms. May all who suffer be free from suffering. May all who have fear be free from fear. May all who are in sorrow be free from sorrow. Dukkhapatta cha nidukkha, bhayapatta cha nibbhaya, sokapatta cha nisoka, antu sabbe pipanino, sabbitiyo vivajjantu, sabbarogo vinassatu, mate bhavattvantarayo sukhi digayuko bhava. May all obstacles be away from your path. May all ailments cease. May no danger come to you. May you have a happy and long life. Thank you.